Evaluation Group story. Tone break, the moment of silence that tells us whether we're on time and on target. This radar bomb scoring crew, a board operator, a radar operator, and a communicator, are out here evaluating air crews, testing their offensive capabilities, and attempting to punch holes in their defensive shields. We have a threefold mission. One, to provide command standardization, evaluation. That is, make sure they do it right. Two, to provide radar bomb and electronic warfare scoring. And three, to provide such contingency warfare support as may be assigned. And that's why we're here, in the north half of Wyoming, Maine, and New York, in Kentucky, Nebraska, Colorado, North and South Dakota, Arizona, Idaho, and Montana. And even outside the continental United States, in such places as Korea, on Guam, in Germany. These strategic training ranges provide realistic mission scenarios for Strategic Air Command and Tactical Air Command crews, as well as for Navy, Marines, National Guard, NATO, and Korean forces. Let's look in on a mission planning session. The only difference between this run and a wartime strike is electronic scoring. This sortie calls for a high-level run against Holbrook in Arizona.
Our morning's assembly time will be 1:45. We'll take off at 4 o'clock, fly for 7.3 hours, and land at 11:15. Route of flight will be a high release at Holbrook, followed by air refueling on track 112 East. Then we'll descend in the low level at the STRC for low releases at Belle Fourche and Powell.
And for the air information, the tanker call sign is going to be Dawn 59. The primary refueling frequency is 238.9. The secondary is going to be 348.9. The TACAN information for 21 and 84. The beacon is 123.
With this Strategic Training Range Complex, or STRC, mission planners can tie together a wide diversity of routes to change the threats, so crews can approach a target from a variety of axes of attack. Therefore, we're able to maintain a constant high level of challenge. When we were first activated in August of '61, only 1 or 2 releases were accomplished on a run. Now, multiple bomb and missile attacks are accomplished on each run. During the Vietnam War, our detachments directed many combat sky spot missions in Southeast Asia, learning important wartime lessons, modifying equipment and procedures, and extending our capabilities. Today, our crews are able to fly at multiple targets with different weapon systems, counter multiple threats, and make high and low-level runs, and sharpen our refueling procedures in one flight.
The exterior is completed.
External power. External power is on. The aircraft is in standby and the code's been set. Warning and indicator lights.
We're able to train better, train harder, train faster, and save important money in the process. Let's follow Fort 20 as it flies its mission to Holbrook, Belle Fourche, and Powell, and learn exactly how this system works.
Holbrook bomb plot, Fort 20. Holbrook bomb plot, Holbrook ground plot.
Go ahead, sir.
Roger, Fort 20 has high-level activity scheduled. IV number 1 at 1525. You ready to copy it?
And Roger 20, go ahead, sir.
Roger, we are...
That's the co-pilot, letting Holbrook know who he is, when he'll reach the initial point of the run, and at what altitude. Fort 20 will make a high-level attack at 35,000 feet.
High release synchronous on target 16.
Holbrook's MSQ-77 radar will be used to score the bombing accuracy.
EW's numbers 4X also. Requesting target defense run.
And Roger 20, flight copies all, and we'll be standing by your IP call, sir.
During the same high-level attack, our MPS-9 radar will test the skill of the electronic warfare officer aboard the aircraft.
Oscar, Romeo, Tango.
This threat radar simulates a battery of anti-aircraft guns.
Starting at 090 degrees, Jim.
When the B-52 reaches the initial point,
Over bomb plot, Fort 20. India Papa, inbound. And Roger, sir. Nuclear IP inbound at this time. Electronic warfare, the India band radar is restricted. Do not jam the India band radar. How copy? Roger.
Okay. Use IP, start the quarter. Okay, started. And search.
the radar operator acquires and locks on the aircraft.
See that, Jim?
The aircraft responds by jamming the signal.
And... all right, we got the jam.
The brush graph measures whether the electronic warfare officer responds quickly enough and whether he breaks the lock. The tracking lines show that the EWO reacted in time. The auto track is broken. Now, the MSQ-77 radar zeroes in on the B-52 as the operator swings his antenna and runs his range gate out to the target range. The pen on this moving boom follows the aircraft and records its track, ground speed, and release.
Stand by, tone.
Pilot coming up. Bomb release in 10 seconds.
When the tone breaks,
Bombs away. Over copy. Bombs away for 4-2.
Okay, he's clear from bomb run heading.
the board operator records the time of the bomb release and the aircraft's altitude. The radar operator will continue to track until all electronic countermeasures have been completed. Once the ECM has been terminated, Fort 20 is cleared from its bomb run heading.
And plus anybody push release, sir.
Post-release information, true airspeed, bombing altitude, drift correction angle, is relayed to the bomb plot for scoring.
Plot copies, true airspeed of 470.
When the run is scored, the encoded information will be transmitted to the aircraft.
29520. Is that Charlie, sir?
A little over 700 miles northeast of Holbrook, at Belle Fourche, South Dakota, the RBS crew at Mobile Duty Location 36 performs a tough, demanding job. The Master Sergeant who commands this mobile duty location knows that his crew members are and must be multiple position qualified.
Out here in South Dakota at a remote radar bomb scoring site, our mission is quite difficult, and we have to be multi-talented and be on call 24 hours a day to be able to perform the mission. We get to work with many different types of radar systems.
The site commander's office is where he leaves his cap, gets his schedule, and keeps moving.
That track within tolerance?
Yes, it's good. 314.25, copy.
Range 38,000 smooth. 38,000, copy.
They'll be ready. The mute system sweeps 360 degrees. A computer operator and a radar operator, plus a mute's equipment supervisor, handle this new threat simulator. The bomb scoring crew poised for action at the MSQ-46. 14 Air Force people, 1 civilian engineer. This is temporary duty, a 3-month tour.
How's it going?
Oh, I found one bad part. It's going to take me a few minutes to replace it.
Okay, can you get it fixed?
And it'll be ready.
That's Fort 20 now.
I'll be flying TA altitude.
Requesting an integrated SRAM release on targets 3, 4, and 6.
Requesting 16 mutes, ECM.
Roger, 20. I copied all that information loud and clear, and I'll be standing by your IP call, sir.
Bombs away for 2-0.
The MSQ-46, like the 77, scores the bomb run.
We have missile away for 2-0.
Cross 88K at 248 degrees.
Now the mute system attacks Fort 20 outbound as the B-52 crew takes evasive action.
K, 245. And sir, be advised your electronic warfare has been scored. Request you terminate.
Roger, 20 copies.
Further along the route, you're in Powell, Wyoming. Detachment 16 shows us the shape of things to come.
When do they get us checking out, Tank?
Detachment 16 has an authorized complement of 85 people who maintain and operate a full range of electronic training equipment, including 2 MSQ-77s, our primary bomb-scoring radar units, the MPS-9 threat radar, the unit that trains electronic warfare officers to evade anti-aircraft fire, and our primary threat radar, the MPS-T1. The building has ample space for maintenance and for supply. This includes backup equipment and parts for operating equipment now in use, and room for new training units, some on order, others on the drawing board. For between runs, there's a convenient break area. The operations officer has plenty of working area, and the site commander's office can accommodate a good-sized meeting. Those who want to meet lots of people and make lots of friends need not apply, right? Wrong.
Yeah.
It's vitally important to maintain equipment. It's equally as important to maintain people. Attractive family housing located near schools and other facilities is a good start. The in-town housing in Powell is located just a stroll away from a complex that contains the BX, the commissary, and a well-appointed game and recreation area. The site has something for everyone, including those who don't get enough high-tech in an 8-hour day to keep them happy. Powell has an auto hobby shop, as well as a body shop. For those who don't feel in tip-top shape, there's a dispensary with a corpsman assigned full-time. Obviously, all this didn't just happen. It began 470 days before Detachment 16 went operational. It was born in a conference room in 1st Combat Evaluation Group's headquarters at Barksdale Air Force Base. We drew up the proposed low-level route on a sectional chart. Then 430 days before activating, we took the proposed route to the regional FAA representatives for their study and approval. Then, with 420 days to go, we made a field investigation, flew the proposed route looking for obstructions. Then we checked out several locations that could potentially score aircraft and serve as permanent sites. And Powell seemed to fill the bill in every respect. Using a transit to shoot the horizon, we were able to determine we could actually track an aircraft at 500 feet for about 30 miles. Next, we brought in a mobile radar unit. And 360 days before the route was opened, we performed a tracking test, flying the entire route using a B-52 and an FB-111 crewed by 1 CEVG evaluators from Barksdale. This verification flight cross-checked our coordination with the FAA, safety and flight hazards, and our radar tracking capability. We produced photographs and charts, and then selected the sites to be developed. Powell was chosen as the first of 6 new permanent detachments, and a model for others yet to come. At this point, we coordinated with the FAA,
Hotel,
briefed the Director of Operations SAC headquarters, and began a thorough assessment of the impact the proposed route could have on the environment and on the community. Good community relations was a necessary part of the plan.
The Air Force has been vital to the economy of Powell, and we welcome them here.
Yeah, I've been here in this Powell community for 60-some years, and this is the best shot in the arm that I have ever seen.
It's good for the community. My husband owns a drugstore on Main Street.
Alan, the Air Force is great.
I've enjoyed the people I've met so far, and I hope to meet a lot more.
All the problems, small airport operations, bird migration routes, noise levels, new towers, the 1,001 things that can snag the process were confronted. And as you can see, it's working out. The final tactical fly-in was conducted across the entire route, and the new strategic training range complex was officially opened. This point is Fort 20's designated target. By using electronic scoring, we can simulate the weapon's release and thus leave the terrain of the target area totally undisturbed and safe. Fort 20 should be here in 2 minutes.
Power bomb flight, Fort 204.
Bit IP inbound at 31352. Ready to copy information.
And 20, plot a plea on frequency at this time. Go ahead and run information, please, sir.
The AN-MPS T1 threat radar simulates a surface-to-air missile system.
Roger, sir, we're requesting an integrated SRAM release against targets 4, 6, and 8 with an IP release time of 1352.
He's IP. Dropping on 4, 6, and 8. This for Gulf Band ODR, flying TA. Those controls. Got it. Range lock. Aspect lock on.
Got him at elevation.
Stand by and launch permission. Go ahead and launch. I got him locked on. Copy. Launching. Stand by impact. Impact.
Now that the electronic warfare part of the run is complete, emphasis shifts to scoring the bomb run.
Track target 4, 135.5.
135.5.
Reviewing the day's activity, analyzing, evaluating, replotting scores, searching for errors, searching for trends.
Range 2850.
2850 range.
The most qualified people we can find are the ones that we want for the exacting job that we do. The best we find are the ones we keep. We're the quality assurance people. Our mission, provide command standardization, evaluation, radar bomb and electronic warfare scoring, and such contingency warfare support as may be assigned. We must never forget, today's exercise, the tone we hear today, could very well be tomorrow's reality. Tone break, the moment of silence that tells us we're on time, on target. Tone break, the moment of silence that says it all.